Hi guys, welcome back. Doing another video here for this podcast. Um, I have actually found a name after talking with some friends and getting some feedback on names. It was kind of hard to figure something out because it just had to feel right. So, the name of this podcast is going to be Blissful Banter with Brian, and I'm Brian. Name could change in the future, but that's what we're gonna do for now. So this is the Blissful Banter Pod. Just happy talking, happy topics, and not saying that this is gonna be always happy because that's not how life is, but majority of it is gonna be happy and positive stuff. But we can get into personal things about myself, about people I have on, and all of that. I also had a great suggestion from one of my friends who made a point to or mentioned that I could get local music people, local things, and guests on my podcast if I get to that point and they would want to come and talk and just local choirs, local theater, stuff that's going on. And I thought that was a fantastic idea. I love that idea so much. So that is going to be a future thing for this podcast. Um, yeah, so I'm excited. This is going to be my second video that I will post and probably send out to people. And yeah, it's just so fun. And happy Memorial Day weekend to everybody. I'm sure a lot of people have a lot of plans. I did have some plans, but they kind of fell through, but that's okay. I still might go do something tomorrow with my mom. So that'll be fun. But yeah, so I just wanted to jump on here, mention the podcast name, and um, I'm going to get a backdrop. I have the same friend. Her name is Jackie Smith. So what's up, Jackie? She's the one who mentioned about getting like local choirs and theaters and stuff on. She also has a really cool tapestry that she said I could have that I'm gonna use. I have another one that I'm gonna probably get off Amazon that I really liked. Oh shit. Oh shit. I didn't want my bathroom door open. Crap. Um, I don't know what to do now because I feel. Can I do this? There we go. We'll just do that now. Sorry about that. But I didn't want to really start this over because I said a lot. So that door will usually be closed because that is not a pretty visual. So I apologize. Anyways, I have another backdrop thing that I'm gonna get off Amazon that I will put behind me as well. I don't mind my bedroom being the backdrop. It's fine. But I just like to be extra with certain stuff, so why not be extra and get a cool background? Also, I'm was thinking how am I gonna like put the background behind me with support and everything? And my dad made these really cool like metal curtain stands, I guess I'll say. And he has them like they're on wheels and they're in front of his windows of his apartment and that's what his curtains are on and they look so cool and so nice. My dad is a very handy crafty guy. He makes beautiful stuff when he does it. So I think I'm going to see if he and I can build one of those metal frame curtain things and I can use that for my backdrops. That way I can change them in and out. It'll be on wheels so I can roll it in and out really easily when I need it. I mean, it'll just have to sit in my bedroom for now as when I'm not using it, which that's fine. Shouldn't take up too much space, but so that'll be cool in another progress thing for this podcast. Can't wait. The other backdrop I'm looking for is a music one. I'm really into music and it's just a really cool like colors and a bunch of music notes and it'll look really cool. But in my other friends is like a psychedelic tree, if I'm remembering correctly. It was really pretty and I loved it. So and it would add nice color behind me. Also in time I will work on getting some type of intro, some type of music. Um, it's just short things one at a time and it's just going to be such a fun process as I've said many times. I don't mean to keep repeating myself. But yeah, so with that, welcome to Blissful Banter. I'm Brian, and I will be the host of this podcast every time I post it. I'll try to do a podcast, maybe post once a week, maybe a little more as I'm learning and playing around with stuff. But we'll go for once a week. Maybe this will be twice in the last few days, but that's fine because I'm playing around. I'm having fun doing it. So with that, I guess I'll just kind of see what I can do as far as an episode right now. I have a little bit of notes on my note here. I also got a really cute journal for this podcast that I can write my notes down, ideas, just anything and everything that I can do. I'm still like to write things down. I use my notepad a lot in my phone, but I'm going to use this for my podcast. So this is the Blissful Banter Pod Notebook slash journal. So that'll be always next to me and write ideas and all that good stuff. With that, I'm just going to kind of talk about how my weekend's been so far. I do have a 3-day weekend because it is Memorial Day. I do not have to work tomorrow, which is always nice. I work Monday through Friday. And this weekend, I was supposed to go out to my mom's campsite. She has a campsite where she permanently has a camper and she has like a patio and stuff. It's a really cool place and it just stays there all year round. I keep looking because I have this recording thing going and it's recording my voice on this software I have. So I'll try not to keep looking to the side, but I apologize for that as well. But anywho, I was going to go out there, started not feeling too good Friday towards the end of work, and I just decided not to go out. I felt horrible because she was really looking forward to it, but I'm going to see her tomorrow. We're going to hang out tomorrow, so we'll have some fun still, and I will go out here in the next couple weeks. I have a couple little festivals and events that I have the next 2 weekends, so I'm going to go to those, and then once those are done, I'll probably go out for the weekend to my mom's campsite. But with that, I've just been hanging at home. I have a roommate, and it's a good friend of mine. I'm sure you guys will see him, hear him. He'll probably help me out with podcast stuff when I need it. His name is Matt. He is not here right now. I'm home alone right now on this Sunday evening. But yeah, we've just been hanging out. We ran some errands yesterday, went and had some lunch. I kind of slept in today. Usually on Sundays I go to lunch with my dad. But today I actually told him that we're just going to take it easy this morning and kind of relax, not really have to wake up and do something, you know. I just feel like that's what we do, especially on weekends. Like, oh, we got to wake up and we're going to go do all this stuff. Like, we don't really ever sleep in much. And so I thought we could use today to relax and stuff. I made some breakfast bagels for he and I. They were very yummy. And then he went off to a little Memorial Day event with some friends, and I went out and about and got me some Starbucks. It was delicious. I get the lavender oat milk matcha iced, and it is absolutely delicious. When I first heard of it, I was like, lavender, like in a drink? Like, that sounds weird, but it is so good, and I get it all the time. And it kind of tastes like cereal milk. After you've had like a fruity cereal, after you're done eating a fruity cereal and you drink the milk, it tastes like a fruity cereal milk. It's delicious. So I got that, and then I went and to this bookstore called Half Price Books here in my local town, whatever city, and that's where I got my cool journal. I also got another journal, but it's back here, and I don't want to wheel away to look at it to show you guys, but it's really cool. Very artistic, and it has like an owl on it. Maybe I'll show it in another video or something. But so I got that, and then just ran a couple more errands. I am now home, got the kitchen cleaned up a little bit from breakfast, and yeah, now I'm sitting here doing this. Also, another thing I would like to talk about is shows that I enjoy watching. I haven't started a new show in quite a while because we've been doing other things and haven't really had the time to sit down and watch something. So usually if the TV's on, it's something that we've both seen bazillions of times for like background noise, you know, and that's where we are. And I also like I look really red. I'm fine. Um I feel fine. I'm sorry I look so red. Maybe I don't know. I haven't been outside for a sunburn, so but yeah. So I will talk about shows. Some shows that Matt and I have talked about rewatching is starting Dexter again. I don't know if any of you watched Dexter. It's a pretty popular show. Really good. And then starting Chilling Adventures of Sabrina again. I've seen most of it. I have not seen the last bit of it, but I would love to start that again. That show was freaking awesome. I also really like spooky stuff, and I love Halloween and witches, vampires, nerdy, you know, just nerdy stuff. But I love it. I absolutely love it all. Have my whole life since I was a kid and growing up into my adult years, and It's just fun. And I know a lot of people are into that stuff, and it's cool. I could have it spooky time all the time. I have like decorations around my room that are pretty much up all the time, but they're like Halloween stuff. Like this plaque right here says "Welcome to the Afterlife." I got this at a store in downtown Omaha called Voodoo's Odd Shop. So shout out to Voodoo's Odd Shop. They have just a bunch of oddities and cool things if you're into that type of stuff. And that's just a random sign I found. I'm like, all right, I will take this because I like it. Um, Excuse me. Yeah, my room is, I have music stuff. My room is just about me and things I like. Anywho, so I'm going to get those shows started. I also love to cook. I haven't cooked a lot besides the breakfast sandwich I made today with like bagel thins. So it wasn't like a huge bagel, like bagel thins. I'm going to start trying to cook more, and I could show some of that on here if that's something that would pique people's interest. I do love to cook. I love to cook almost anything and everything. I've noticed one of my strong points is fish. Like, I can make a really good salmon and tilapia. That's really the only two fish I've really messed around with and cooked with. And I love salmon. Absolutely love salmon. And it's really good for you. And made this Pinterest recipe one time that you like base it in the butter, and oh, it turned out so good. It was amazing. But I usually make little foil packs for my fish and then put like season them, butter, little lemon, and pop them in the oven and cook them in the little foil pack. Always turns out amazing. Have never had a bad experience with that. I also enjoy baking. I love baking. I make a chocolate chip banana bread that I absolutely love. I just love banana bread in general, but what could go wrong if you add chocolate to something? Nothing. So that's another thing I could do. As far as like pop culture, um, I know the Met Gala happened. I've heard a lot about that on my other podcasts. Really beautiful outfits by people. I didn't really put notes on like what I was going to talk to. This is just kind of another winging thing, but I'm trying to do more of what I'm going to talk about on the podcast. So here it is. But the Met Gala, some really cool costumes, or not costumes, I'm sorry, really cool fashion, I guess, and some not cool fashion, but that's okay. Um, the the theme was like Sleeping Beauty, Night in the Garden, something like that on those lines. So cool theme though. I love that theme. They really come out with some really cool themes. What else? Pop culture. Oh yeah, recently Nicki Minaj was detained by um Austrian, or not Austrian. I should have looked this up. Let me see here real quick. Nicki Minaj. Oh, okay. She was cornered by police in Amsterdam. I guess she had a show out there. For right here, the headline is for allegedly carrying drugs. And she was live streaming it on Instagram, talking to the police officers, and you saw her like get in the truck and all that. So that's crazy. She kept mentioning that they're doing it on purpose because they want her to be late to her show for whatever reason. So there's that. Right now, it looks like she was released for allegedly carrying drugs. Don't know how correct that is, but that is the reason, the Amsterdam. And the guy in the video, they just kept telling her like, get in the car, like you're under arrest. And there was like five male officers in the video that she was talking to, and she was keeping it calm. She's like, what am I under arrest for? What did I do? It was kind of hard to understand the people. So I don't know if they have any probable cause, but so hopefully everything is okay for Miss Minaj, or Mrs. Minaj, because I think she is married. But there's that. What else? Music. Let's talk about music. I listen to music a lot. I listen to a lot of podcasts at work. I'm allowed to have headphones in. Excuse me. My nose itches. I can wear headphones at work, so I listen to a lot of stuff. Of course, I listen to a lot of music, but I also listen to a lot of podcasts, and I listen to audiobooks on Audible. Oh, so fun. I love it. I really love to read. I don't read as much as I would like to, like physically book read, but I've been listening to a lot of books on Audible. I just finished one called The Cozy Witch Squad, or it's Cozy Mysteries, and the title is The Witch Squad. I listen to books 1 through 3. There's like 11 books in this series, so I really liked them about college witches. They're in a witch college, and then they have a wizard college next door of the males, and the females are in a witch college, and a bunch of friends. They help solve like murders. The whole witch squad helps solve murders that happen in their little town. And I really liked it. I'm sorry, I don't mean to keep touching my nose. It's freaking itching. I don't understand why. Allergies, that's why. I also started a little rom com. There, if you guys want easy listenings, Audible usually runs like 99 cents for 3 months and stuff. Like if you like reading and listening to stuff, even for like working out, all that, listen to these little like rom-com Audible originals. They're so cute. They're so cozy. I'm currently listening to one that's Call Me Maybe. It's only like 5 hours of listening, but at work I have to rewind it a lot because I get distracted sometimes and I like miss what they say. So, and I want to get every bit of information on the story. But it's so cute, and it is about this girl named I know the guy she's talking to name is Cal. Vera. Her name is Vera, and she was calling a help service line to help get her website fixed, and her car ended up dying when she was on the phone because she pulled over to the side of the road and trying to get her website picked up because she needed it in time for a festival for her little small business. And they've just been talking for a long time. He stayed on the phone the whole time while her car was towed, and she got a ride to Queens, New York, and just to keep her safe. And it's just developing. I mean, it's pretty predictable, and you can see where it's going, or I can see where it's going. But it's just such a fun, cute read. I've listened to a couple other ones over like the winter time, some Christmas ones that are so cute. Uh, I listened to one called The Haunted because I like spooky books. It was pretty good. Kind of crazy, like just especially like descriptions and stuff that it was kind of crazy and like sorry, but like the sexual little descriptions, like whoa. Like I mean, I know I'm an adult, but like just hearing like descriptions like that, it's like, ooh, all right, you do you guys. I also listened to one called All Hallows Eve, which I've had come up on my Instagram and social media a lot. Sorry, I keep bouncing my leg. That was pretty good. That had to do with like centered around Salem witch trials or 100 years after the Salem witch trials. So, and they're like, this town is haunted by one of the witches, and she's coming back for revenge and wants to steal the kids to avenge her 7 kids that passed away during her trials and all this stuff. It was good. That's a 3 book series of the Hallows Eve one, so I'll eventually read the others or listen, I guess. But yeah, so I really love doing that stuff. I love discovering new music all the time. I'm always discovering new artists. I have a Google Hub that I play a lot when I'm at home and I'm not watching TV and just doing stuff. I'll have my Google Hub play off my Apple Music. And I hear so much new stuff off of that. Just like listening, I'll be like doing dishes and I'm like peek around. I'm like, who is this? Oh, cool. I like this. Never heard of this person. I like this. Go on my phone, add it to my Apple Music. So if there are certain things you guys want to hear me talk about, I know this is very new, very fresh, and I don't have a lot of listeners, but that'll come in time, and I'm just gonna still talk my little heart out. But anything you guys want to talk about, if I get popular, I'll take questions, do little polls. I need to figure out how to like start posting some of these or like little clips on Instagram, start promoting my podcast, Blissful Banter. Um, Also, tell me what you guys think of the name. I went through a lot of different names. My friend helped me come up with names and was like, I don't really like that, but what about this? And I shout out some of these names this morning to him that I thought of, and he's like, Blissful Banter, that's it. And I'm like, I like that too. And because blissful, happy, and banter, talking is what we're doing. I'm talking to you guys, and I enjoy talking. But with that said, I will probably end this video right now. I'm going to listen it back and see how my software did with actually recording me as well and not just recording off of my sound card here, which was working fantastic. So, but with that, welcome to the Blissful Banter Pod with Brian. I am Brian. I will keep recording these fun videos, and I hope you guys really like it. I'm gonna like try to, because I noticed a lot of podcasts. Oh, I should have told you guys about the podcast. Okay, real quick. Um, I listened to the Lights Out podcast, which is a lot true crime, supernatural, all that stuff, like true stories, and some of them are absolutely crazy. So if you guys like that type of listen, Lights Out podcast is amazing. It's so good. I also listen to Big Name Bitches with Annalisa Vanderpool from That's So Raven. She played Chelsea, and Christy Carlson Romano from Even Stevens. She played Ren Stevens. I grew up with those shows. Absolutely love That's So Raven. I really like Even Stevens, but That's So Raven was my top tier show growing up. So funny. Raven Simone is just incredible, or Simone, whatever. She's a great actress, great physical comedy. So funny. Such a funny show. Uh, I listened to that. I also listened to the Meatball Pod, which is Snooki, Nicole Polizzi from Jersey Shore, and Dina from Jersey Shore. They have a pod called The Meatballs. If you guys watch Jersey Shore, I'm sure you get the meatball reference. Such a good, fun listen. You get a lot of behind the scenes about the show and what goes on when they record and all that. I love hearing about that show because I still watch Jersey Shore Family Vacation every Thursday. I buy the packages on Apple, and then I get the new episodes as they come out, and it puts the reunions on there as well, so that's really cool. What else do I listen? I listen to like several. Oh, Magical Rewind Pod with Sabrina Bryant and Will Friedle. Will Friedle from Boy Meets World and Sabrina Bryant from Cheetah Girls. They rewatch Disney Channel original movies, and I don't know if you guys remember The Wonderful World of Disney. It used to uh, premiere on ABC, or I think ABC, every Sunday when in my childhood, and they would play movies. That's where I first watched The Princess Diaries because it premiered on Wonderful World of Disney on a Sunday, and also love that movie and number two. But they rewatch them, just talk about the movies. They play a fun little game, and then they rate it, and it's an easy, very, very nice listen. I listen to the Wizards of Waverly Pod for Wizards of Waverly Place. I'm a Disney nerd as well, and just hearing these shows in my adult years of shows I loved when I was younger is just so comforting. And so the Wizards of Waverly Pod, they are rewatching each episode by episode. It's Jennifer Stone who played Harper and David DeLuise who played the dad Jerry Russo. They rewatch the shows. They have guests on, like some of the other characters were guests on their show. That's a good listen. Just a personal preference. I mean, I'm by no means like am a little angel. I curse and I do have kind of a potty mouth. But I feel they curse a lot, and kind of one of those just because you can doesn't mean you have to. And I just feel they overuse the F word a lot. And I don't know. I still listen to it because I love hearing about the episodes and behind the scenes stuff. And but I feel they could bring the curse words down a little bit, especially because of what they're talking about. But whatever, it's their podcast. They can do what they want. Also, I wore this hat last time. This is a Fall Out Boy hat. I went to their concert here in my city last month, I think, at the beginning of last month. Speaking of which, I entered a radio contest on a local radio station by a text keyword, and I actually won the free tickets for the concert. So, and Fall Out Boy is my favorite band of all time. And of course, I was like, Matt, we're going to a Fall Out Boy concert. He's like, sweet. So we went to the concert. I'm jumping around so much, and I'm probably talking so fast, but just bear with me. I'll get easier and better flow and all that. Like I said, I didn't write any other notes down. I'll start writing notes down about stuff I want to talk about, topics and all that. But let me tell you about this concert, and then I'm going to sign off for this little episode here. Won the tickets off a radio station, okay? Um, we were in the like nosebleeds of nosebleeds. And they had like or they had three opening acts, which I thought was kind of a lot. Car was the very first one. I can't remember the other ones, but then there was Jimmy Eat World, and then Fall Out Boy came on. So of course, love Jimmy Eat World as well. As the opening acts were on, we were like talking to each other. Me and Matt were, and we're like, it is so loud. Like, just the music itself was so loud that we couldn't understand a word that the performers were singing. Excuse me. And so we're like, okay. And plus, we didn't know any of the songs besides until we got to Jimmy Eat World. So it's easier to hear what they're saying, especially if you know the lyrics to songs. But I mean, the music sounded good, but it was very loud. So Jimmy Eat World gets on. I tell Matt I'm gonna go use the restroom before Fall Out Boy gets on because I hate leaving concerts when the main headliner person is on. I don't want to miss a single second of it. And so he's like, "All right, I'll come with you." So we go out. We're kind of looking if we want to get anything to drink or anything. And I'm walking and I look around and Matt's talking to this guy in a suit and I just hear like, "Yeah, I need two." So Matt gets us two tickets again for free off of a free concert I already won free tickets to. And we go down lower. We're like a stairway, well, I'll say 2 to 3 sets of stairs away from the floor. And that's how close we got when before Fall Out Boy got on. So cool. Once they got on, I didn't really even pay attention to the sound because I knew almost every single song. So I knew what they were saying just by knowing the song. And really cool concert, really cool set. It was kind of like reminded me of like Alice in Wonderland type set. Very cool. They had some pyrotechnics, which that's probably besides like the big festival concerts I've been to in my like early 20s, mid 20s. That's probably one of the only concerts I've ever been to with like pyrotechnics that I can remember. But it was cool. Um, I also saw Katy Perry like several years ago with my aunt, who also won them off of a radio contest. And she and I also got free tickets to go down lower. And with those, we actually got on the floor of the Katy Perry concert. It was her Teenage Dream Tour. So good. Like one of my top 5 favorite concerts I have ever been to. Incredible show. She is an insane performer. It was one of the best nights of my life, and I got to share it with my aunt, which was very cool. But yeah, so with that, thanks for listening. I know I jumped around a lot. I probably talked really fast, which I tend to do, and I'm so sorry. Hopefully, it was still a good listen and everything on your guys' end sounds good. I'm going to get off, re listen to this back, and probably post it shortly sometime this evening. So thanks again for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is kind of what these are going to continue to be like, except I'll be a little more organized from moving on here. But thanks for listening to Blissful Banter podcast, and I will exit because I noticed that's what I was gonna say. Podcasts usually say like a tagline at the end, so right now I'm just gonna say stay blissful. Bye guys.